Hello. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Champions. I have a brand new team because there's a brand new regulation. This is actually my fifth time trying to record a video. I've been having issues again with OBS. It's actually my fault. I'm trying to split my audio a little bit differently. This is actually the last video that will be using mixed audio, if that makes sense. I'm now recording on split audio track, so it'll be easier to actually make my voice sound separate from the rest of the gameplay. Anyway, I have a team. I decided to go with Mega Staraptor. I was using Mega Scrafty for quite a while. I ended up with like a 7-win streak. But once I got into Ultra Ball tier, it became a little bit harder to get some consistent wins with it. Double Intimidate is nice, but there's a lot of Pokemon running around that have Defiant and Competitive, which is also why this Staraptor doesn't have Intimidate itself. It has Reckless, even though it doesn't have any moves that get any benefit from Reckless. Max HP, Max Speed Jolly, to make sure I'm going as fast as possible and surviving as many hits as possible. When this Pokemon Mega evolves, it has the ability Contrary, so anything that is a stat increase becomes a stat drop, and anything that's a stat drop becomes a stat increase. So moves like Close Combat that lowers my defense and special defense by 1 stage instead will give me a boost to my bulk. Quite useful. And to make sure that I can heal some of the damage off, because I don't exactly have a lot of attack investment. I'll get to that later. I have Roost to make sure that I can stay as healthy as possible, and Dual Wingbeat to make sure I'm still getting some damage. Also Stab. Shiny Grimmsnarl has the move Parting Shot and has the ability Prankster, so I can always go first. Well, I mean, I can always move before most Pokemon anyway. While it's useful to go for Parting Shot on my opponent to make sure that I can mitigate the damage before they can even attack, I can also side target my own Mega Staraptor to make sure I get a +1 to my attack before I can even attack. And then I can also swap out to a different Pokemon if I need to. I can also use Scary Face on myself or my opponent to either increase my speed by 2 or decrease their speed by 2. I also have Screens. So unfortunately, I am pretty weak to like a Taunt, for example. I don't have no way to attack my opponent. In fact, a Taunt would completely ruin me because I'm not even holding a Mental Herb. I'm holding a Light Clay to make sure I get as many turns as possible out of my Screens. But to be fair, I don't actually bring Grimmsnarl too often other than 2 setup screens. I actually tend to use Neon Flame quite a bit because it has not exactly Prankster. Gale Wings is close enough. Gives priority to all flying type moves, and Feather Dance happens to be a flying type move. Feather Dance lowers the target's attack stat by 2 stages, or I can side target my Mega Staraptor and basically proc a weakness policy. Yeah, it's kind of nice, actually, since weakness policy isn't really in the game. I also have priority Acrobatics. This Pokemon is also not holding an item, so Acrobatics has as much damage as possible. Prankster, Tailwind, and Protect. The only problem is that, you know, I don't have like a Focus Sash or anything, so I can get as much damage as possible out of Acrobatics. But I also can't just survive hits, I just die. I might want to change Acrobatics to something else. I don't like Ravebird because I end up taking damage anyway. For some cleanup, I have my Lavish the Treasure Hunter. Picked up quite a few hidden items around the Blueberry Academy, so I got a very good nickname. I like it for a Gholdengo. Quite fitting. It's Choice Scarf. It's also not timid, it's modest, so it does as much damage as possible. Make It Rain still really freaking hurts, even though it's been nerfed quite a bit in this game. And with my speed investment, I still outspeed pretty much everything in the metagame. I outspeed... I think I would actually speed tie a timid max speed Delphox, but I would outspeed everything below that. Basically, with my speed stat and Choice Scarf, I would be like, what, 204, I think, if I can math that correctly. I probably got that wrong. But I'm just shy of like the base 135s. Thankfully, there's not too many of those in the game. There's a couple 145s and a couple 150s running around, but they're not super common. I mean, Aerodactyl is sort of common, but people tend to be running max attack Adamant anyway, so I don't need to really worry about that, I don't think. I should actually still be outspeeding. I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't even run max speed either. Anyway, I have Make It Rain. I also have Shadow Ball, 2 very strong stab damage moves. Thunderbolt for all the, well, Mega Staraptors that are running around. There are quite a few of them. And Power Gem, because Charizard is still a pain in the ass. However, I don't just have Mega Staraptor. I never thought I would say this out loud. I like Raichu. No, I have not been drinking. Yes, I am of sound mind. This Pokemon has a Mega Evolution. Actually, it has two. Both are quite decent. The one that I'm using, I think, is a little bit better. I'm using the Y variant because it has the ability No Guard, which means that any move that is used by this Pokemon or against this Pokemon will never miss. So moves like Focus Blast that have 70 accuracy instead will just make sure that it always attacks my opponent. And then I also have Zap Cannon with 50 accuracy that always attacks my opponent. And then Surf just because it attacks everything on the field, and it's always fun to go for Surf when you have a Pikachu or Raichu. It's just a funny thing that they do. I rate it highly. Also Protect to try to stay alive because, well, you can see my defense and special defense as well as my HP. I have 0 bulk whatsoever. I don't even know why I put 4 instead of just 2 into HP because it's not like I'm getting anything out of that. But I mean, I put myself at the lowest possible speed tier that would still outspeed everything that I would need to outspeed. It's just optimizing my speed, not that it actually means anything. However, enough talking about the stats. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the stats a little bit. This Pokemon's special attack is stupid. I like it. It's very nice. It one-shots a lot of things, and anything it doesn't one-shot, it leaves with paralysis because of Zap Cannon, or it brings it down low enough that, well, you can just like quick attack into it and it dies. The only downside to having Raichu is, well, you can guarantee that a Pokemon's going to go down or be completely crippled, but Raichu also just goes down in return. You're trading your Mega Raichu for something that is a pain to knock out. Is it worth it? Most likely not. Can it be worth it? Oh, absolutely. Have I ever found a use for that? No, I just end up losing Raichu and not dealing any damage because I usually end up attacking into a Protect. But we'll just skip that. And last but not least, to round out the team, I have Swords Dance Kingambit. Not holding a Chople Berry, so, you know, fighting moves are gonna hurt. However, you should survive because you have Focus Sash on this Pokemon. No Steel type moves, but Swords Dance means that you're gonna be raising your attack pretty nicely. This also, you know, Defiant, so if they want to try to lead Intimidate to make sure that they can try to drop your attack before you end up Mega Evolving your Staraptor, well, they're gonna be proccing Defiant. But yeah, Focus Sash to make sure that you can try to get a Swords Dance up, or maybe 2 Sucker Punches. Only Dark type moves, but this Pokemon still deals a lot of damage, so it's only Dark type moves, but it's still stab from a Kingambit. You're knocking a lot of things out. Anyways, that is this team. If you want to check out the team for yourself, I'm going to put the Replica ID at the end of the video. It's also going to be in the description if you just want to go check it out for yourself. There's also going to be a Pokepaste as well if you want to check that out. But anyway, that's enough rambling about how awesome this team is. I think it's awesome. It's pretty mid, honestly, but I found a lot of really decent synergy with these Pokemon that I actually picked up quite a few victories. In fact, I think there's, spoiler alert, 2 losses in this video. One of them is just because Swampert is an actual pain to deal with this team. I have a lot of Pokemon that are weak to ground and Pokemon that are weak to water and nothing that really resists water. That is a bit of a problem. I can just openly admit that Swampert is a pain. So there is a battle where I lose against the Swampert team. The other team, however, I just happened to attack into a well-timed Protect and I just lost. So I still feel like I played well enough that I could have won. I just didn't expect a Protect from a certain Pokemon. I won't spoil the battle or which Pokemon it was. I like how I say that I'm going to stop rambling and then I continue and proceed to just ramble. Anyways, without any actual further rambling, let's just get on to the battles. Oh boy, another Staraptor. And another Raichu. Sort of the mirror match here. Actually, I kind of want to lead Talonflame and Gholdengo. I think that lead should be fine. I don't really need to worry about Sneasler. I should be able to take care of Whim Staraptor if that's what they want to lead. As for that Raichu though, that's kind of the problem with the Raichu is I don't know if you're X or Y. Are you gonna have Play Rough or are you gonna have Zap Cannon? How do I prep for that? I think I will just Staraptor Grimm in the back, I think. The thing is, Raichu can deal a lot of damage. Focus Blast is kind of nice. I should be fine with this, I think. I just noticed that my volume on my Elgato is super low. Hello. Try to fix that. There we go. They do lead Staraptor Whim. But I do get priority here, and I can also just... Honestly, I think Make It Rain should be enough to be able to knock it out. Maybe even Acrobatics knocks it out, who knows. I'll go for it. Of course you're gonna Mega. It's what you do. So this means he probably didn't bring Raichu then. That's some good damage. The Tailwind. But what do they do to Gholdengo though? Brave Bird, that's fine. Does it even knock me? Nope. Even more damage to yourself. And Make It Rain, which misses... Well, of course it does. Of course it does. Well, this is a bit awkward. I still don't think they can do anything to Gholdengo. Unfortunately, I think Staraptor's probably going to Roost. I don't really like the idea of swapping. I feel like Whimsicott's gonna Moonblast and Staraptor's gonna Roost. I'll protect. Make It Rain. Oh, that's fine, I guess. Dazzling Gleam, okay, interesting. Don't see that one very often. Do they even have Roost is the question. Because my Staraptor runs a different set. But I mean, I expect Close Combat, Flying Stab, Protect, Roost. That's what I'm running. Ensign, hello. They should have 2 turns of Tailwind left. That was alliteration, hello. And I was also correct. Do I hard swap both? I low-key want to hard swap both. Actually, I think I want to sack Talonflame. I'll attempt Tailwind. I'll swap to Grim here. They do have Roost, okay. Figure they probably would. I'm still faster than an instant, that's funny. But I do get Tailwind, that's good. Sorry, I looked at my other screen. Did I just see Heat Crash? Really? I don't think that actually would have taken out Gholdengo. Interesting. Well, I can actually just Acrobatics here. Probably. I should actually outspeed Staraptor. And let's set up a Reflect. Might as well. You do outspeed. Doesn't take you out though. And you're gonna raise your defenses even higher. Oh good. Talonflame does go down. Talonflame, you did your best, and actually it was more than enough. Tailwind expires for them. I can actually send my Staraptor out now. Fantastic. And let's delete Ensign probably. I know I can check this one. Yeah, I think close combat's actually fine here. Into Ensign. And I want to, I think, Parting Shot Staraptor. I'm expecting Protect from their Staraptor. No, that's concerning. Switch into Gholdengo. I should be able to outspeed and get my defenses up before they try to Brave Bird me. But I'm still concerned. Oh, they just go for close combat. That's actually fine. I resist that. But they're getting their defenses a little too high for my liking. And Sneasler, ugh. They can Fake Out. I'm gonna Protect. And Thunderbolt into Staraptor. This probably doesn't even knock out Staraptor, to be honest. Oh, it does, okay. Wasn't even a crit. Okay, well, Gholdengo is still broken as hell, as it was in Scarlet and Violet. Good to know. And they forfeit. Fantastic. I think they were like, what, +2 on the defenses? Maybe even +3? That second Acrobatics did less damage than the first one. I don't know if that first one was a crit that I missed. But yeah, I don't think there was any way for my opponent specifically to beat Gholdengo with a Sneasler, unless they're running Throat Chop, and a lot of them don't. So, that was a lot of fun. On to the next one. Okay, Rain Team with Swampert, I see. It's a bit of a struggle. Potential for Dragonite. Well, unfortunately, there's not too much that Raichu can really do to Swampert, so guess I'm not going to be bringing that one. Even though it would be very nice for everything else on that team. Swampert is the problem. And they're probably going to bring it because I got 2 steel types. I got an electric type. I have a fire type. Hell, they're probably going to even lead with it. I think I'm actually going to lead Talonflame Staraptor. I do have potential for fake outs, but I have potential for protect. Do I want screens? Probably. But I think I'm going to bring Gholdengo and King Gambit. Bring all my Pokemon that are weak to the Swampert that I immediately identified as the threat. Yep, that sounds like the thing I would do, yes. And sure enough, okay, well, you do have a Pokemon with Fake Out on the field, so I mean, just by default, protect. I don't think it gets Faint, so let's just play it safe. Obviously. Does the Grimmsnarl get Rain Dance? I know he gets screens and he gets like Misty Terrain. I don't know if he gets weather. Doesn't bother going for it. That's fine. I actually figured as much. Protect was just to be safe. Oh yeah, you can also be running Rock Slide, which just destroys Talonflame. You can miss, which would be nice. It would be so very, very nice. I could also Roost, which would actually make me resistant to that. So I could try to play around that. Don't think Grimmsnarl is too much of a problem, now that you don't have Thunder Wave anymore. But I am going to just Feather Dance here. It's basically like proccing weakness policy with this, without having weakness policy in the game. Solid damage through Reflect even. Oh, I love it. Unfortunately, Rock Slide connects on Talonflame. I don't have Sash because I want to have priority on Acrobatics. Maybe I should change that. Just so I can at least survive an extra hit so I can get like a second. That's fine. Raise my special attack. I don't care. Go in with Gholdengo. I think I'll Roost. Make it rain. Like I would just double up into Swampert, but I think they're going to set up a light screen probably. And I don't think that Swampert would actually survive. Or I think Swampert would survive a double up anyway. So I think just trying to get rid of the Grimmsnarl and chipping Swampert is going to be the best option. Yeah. Do you not know what? Okay. That's fine. I mean, you can't do that to Gholdengo, so sure. And it would be a little counterintuitive to do that to your Swampert. That's my strat. Pelipper, okay. You're gonna outspeed Gholdengo, that's annoying. Oh, you actually don't. Okay. Wave Crash. Oh boy. So you outsped Staraptor. Oh, did I not bring my Grimmsnarl? I thought I did. Well, I mean, I was just going to say that I absolutely lose because I just have a Grimmsnarl in the back, but I have a slight better chance of winning. I doubt it, though. Especially since I'm choice onto Make It Rain against 2 Pokemon that resist it, and my special attack is already dropping. King Gambit, save me. Swords Dance, I don't think they're probably just gonna double up into King Gambit because it would be the threat. Sucker Punch, you. Make It Rain. You are so damn beefy. I could always hope for a crit. -4 now. Oh, yeah, they do have Earthquake. Okay. You know, the thing is, as I clicked Roost, I was just thinking to myself, if they hit Earthquake as I Roost, I'm just asking for damage. But I thought, nah, they couldn't possibly have Earthquake. And then they swapped into Pelipper, and I thought, yep, this is Earthquake. And then they Wave Crashed me and just killed me anyway. And there's their Tailwind. Okay, well, I don't actually think that I win. Honestly, I'm surprised that King Gambit survived that. Don't get me wrong, you have a lot of HP, but still. Yeah, I lose this one. Yeah, swapping into Pelipper was actually a pretty good switch. I didn't even think that they were going to switch there, to be honest. I thought that they would just let their Grimmsnarl go down and then force me to have to switch out, but their swap actually worked out pretty well for them, so I can't correct them on how they play the game when they're clearly playing it better than I do. Oh boy, on to the next one. Tor 76 with a whole bunch of Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. 2 new ones and 2 old ones. Don't think anybody's really running Garchomp Mega Evolution though, so I don't know if we have to worry about that one. Mega Floette though almost always is, if they want to bring that. I really cannot bring Raichu here. I just don't do damage against anything. Well, let's see. What if I go for Grimmsnarl, Gholdengo? Do I want Staraptor? Yeah, Swampert is such a problem. Yeah, let's bring Staraptor. I think I'm gonna bring Raichu in the back. I'm probably going to be Mega Evolving Staraptor, but I'm going to try to get as much information about what they're actually bringing first. Like Staraptor's not bad, Raichu's not bad. The thing is, Raichu, it can be decent if I don't Mega Evolve it. Like, if they're going to have a Archaludon in the lead and go for an Electro Shot, I can protect against that. If I swap in. Let's light screen first, though. Do I just Thunderbolt the Pelipper? Is it a good idea to ignore the Archaludon? I mean, it's not a terrible idea. If I do Mega Evolve Raichu, but then what am I doing with Staraptor? With those bad stats. Ugh. Thunderbolt it is. I actually feel a little bit brave going with Thunderbolt into this Pokemon because not many people expect Gholdengo to... You're not sashed? Hello? Okay. Not many people expect Thunderbolt from Gholdengo. So I didn't think that they were going to swap like into Garchomp or anything, or Swampert. That is annoying though. We do have Garchomp. Considering the rain mode, it probably have Swampert in the back. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Let's go for a scary face. Let's set up a reflect first, I think, actually. It is hard swap. Staraptor. They're probably going to electro shot again. They don't. I was expecting them to electro shot into Grimmsnarl. Go for Earthquake or Stomping. Life Orb. I'm seeing a lot of that showing up lately. Low key, I kind of miss when you were just running Scarf. That was a little easier to manage, in my opinion. You didn't do as much damage to everything. That's actually why I chose to go for Reflect first. Parting shot into you, probably. Close combat, Garchomp. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I'm expecting Raichu to just die here to an Earthquake, even though I parting shotted. I don't expect that to knock you out. Oh, okay, you went for Rock Tomb. Okay. People forget what Contrary is, which is fine. Perfect. Thank you. I should outspeed Garchomp, right? They don't have Tailwind. Fantastic. Don't think I'm actually gonna be able to connect with the Focus Blast. Ain't no way. And I'll just close combat. Actually, yeah, I'll just close combat, Garchomp. Oh, you actually don't switch. I kind of expected you to, but that's fine. Okay, my defense is up again. And of course it misses. It's what it do. Meteor Beam. Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting. See, I know that you get that, and I have been waiting for Power Herb like crazy. Because I kind of look forward to making some crazy sets with that, but sure, you can learn it now, I suppose. There is your Raichu. I do fear the play rough. I will not lie. However, I kind of want to surf in the rain, not gonna lie. I'll just attempt to Focus Blast again. And I think close combat's Raichu. Actually, I'll Roost. They are also Y. Okay. I'm no longer flying type. Did they forget? I think they forgot. I'm expecting a forfeit here now. Okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and surf now. And protect. Just cause, I mean, why not? Okay, well, I don't think that's gonna knock out Raichu. Good attempt though. There's a little more than half. And yeah, I can just close combat and make sure that... Actually, I guess I could be going for Focus Blast because I forgot no guard also means that moves used against you also don't miss. Oh well. I always forget that aspect of it. I just wanted to make sure that I could go for damage against it without having to worry about it missing and I somehow lose that way. Win 3 ranked battles without any of my team fainting. Okay, well that didn't mean to do that, but convenient, I guess. Oh boy, Annihilate. There's actually quite a few Pokemon that really don't like Raichu right now. Of course, I really don't like his Garchomp, but we'll just ignore that for right now. Raichu Gholdengo, maybe? Are they Choice Scarf on their Annihilate is the question. And if so, are they Jolly? The thing is, I'm modest with max speed. No, I accidentally deselected Raichu. Do I want to lead with Raichu? I think I do. It just does decent against, well, pretty much everything over there. Everything but Garchomp. You know what? Let's lead Raichu and Staraptor. They've got Tailwind, so I might as well bring mine and then Gholdengo in the back, probably. Don't really like the Charizard. But everything else I have is kind of weak to Charizard anyway. And I hesitated for a second because I last second kind of considered bringing screens. That probably would have been a better choice. I do lead the 8. Beat up 8. Okay, I see. Don't know which one to Mega Evolve. That's the problem now. Let's just target down the 8, I think. Yeah. If they're going for a beat up, they're most likely not going to be scarfed. They would then just outspeed. Unless they're specifically EVing their Pokemon. Yeah, okay. So they would either have to Tailwind or beat up, and sure enough, okay, well. You lower your defenses, so hopefully my move actually connects. It's what you get. I hope it hurts. So I just traded my Mega for an Annihilate, but I don't really feel good about it. They probably... Let's see, they probably have Taunt, but I don't think anybody runs Taunt but me. And even then, I think I just dropped it for Encore, so... Do I even bother attempting a Tailwind? There ain't no way. I don't think I win. I'm gonna Feather Dance. Dual Wingbeat, I guess. They are attacking with Whim. Grass Knot. To break Sash, I suppose. It misses. 95 accurate move, and it misses. I cannot complain. Why am I still in this? I'm gonna Tailwind now just cuz. I might as well at this point. Kind of was hoping that Talonflame would go down at this point, but okay. Do they switch? I'm gonna close combat the Whim. Oh. That's annoying. I survive. Thank you, Feather Dance. That's annoying. I actually kind of expected them to swap out the Whim. So I found their Mega. Doesn't really do me any good though. I think I outspeed their entire side of the field, but what use is it? I think I just go all in on Garchomp here. Yeah. Okay, so you are Y. It's a little bit annoying. Extra damage from the sun. Okay, I just lose. That's fine. Staraptor avoids. Talonflame survives. Oh my god. Why am I still in this? What are you gonna do? Go for the double? I mean, sure, you might as well. Actually, you might as well just attack, because I think you survived this. Oh, you easily survived this. Christ. Rough skin, no. It's kind of sad. This Charizard is trying so hard to knock out my Pokemon. with Heat Wave, and it just cannot do so. Unfortunately, I couldn't knock out Garchomp. Of course. I'm still running an old tanky set. I just assumed you were Life Orb like all the other ones. Thing is, I gotta lock into Thunderbolt. Or Power Gem, I guess. But Garchomp just takes me out in one shot. And I could try to go for Make It Rain or Shadow Ball, but I don't think Shadow Ball takes out Charizard. If I'm trying to like rely on like a Heat Wave miss or something. I'm just gonna go for Power Gem. Okay. Did not expect that. Just in case you ever wanted to see a Charizard disappear. I guess they were trying to protect because of Tailwind, but I'm actually Choice Scarfed. So you actually didn't need to worry there. And you still don't. 0 damage. Earthquake. Okay, well, I single targeted, so I just deleted. Why am I alive? Actually, why am I alive? Are all of your EVs put it into your bulk? Is that why? Okay, well, I mean, you still win, so like, let's just go ahead and let you Earthquake and take the W. It's all yours. You can have it. Honestly, they won on that protect. If they didn't protect on that turn, that would have been golden. Because Heat Wave missed and didn't knock out Talonflame. Actually, I guess Heat Wave would have knocked out Talonflame because I would have connected my move. Then I guess Staraptor would have gone down the next turn to Heat Wave. Oh, no, it wouldn't because I would have gone for Power Gem. Yeah, actually, I think that protect pretty much won them the game. I think I actually would have won if they had not protected. That was, I think, what cinched it for them. Dang, I played that pretty good, I think, but obviously they played better. That Garchomp. Also doesn't help that I wasn't expecting an older, bulky Citrus Berry set with everybody going for Life Orb lately. Like, actually, it feels like every single Garchomp that I've come across since the new update has been a Life Orb set. You guys know that you can give Life Orb to other Pokemon too, right? I just checking. Anyways, on to the next one. Staraptor, hello. Yeah, Sableye. I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like everybody tossed Sableye by the wayside because Grimmsnarl came back into the game. Grimmsnarl does not get quashed, so there's actually something to fear from this little bugger. Especially because they're probably going to lead it with it, and I want to lead Raichu, but that's not going to be great. Actually, I think I'll just Staraptor, Grimmsnarl, Talonflame, Gholdengo. Why am I okay with this? Why am I selecting it? And why am I locking it? Okay, well, I didn't mean to just pick the first 4 Pokemon on my list there, but I actually feel comfortable with that. Part of me kind of wishes I brought Raichu just for the Lightning Rod. But yeah, I kind of figured as much. So they probably won't be setting up screens, if I was to guess. I can match the Tailwind with the scary face to myself. But I think I want to set up screens first. Do they protect any of their Pokemon is also the question. Yeah, as I knock everything over on my desk. Wonderful. We both Mega turn 1, of course, because it's what Staraptor do. I protect. Do you? You do not. You just charm. Gonna be annoying. Close combat into the bird. Interesting. I think I'm gonna dual Wingbeat here. Scary face? Oh. I think I just switch in Gholdengo then. Parting shot the whim. Yeah. Are they attacking the bird? Or are they attacking the Grimm? I feel like they want to attack the bird. So I'll swap the other bird onto the other side. That's what I thought. Okay. So far, so good. Thunderbolts. Tailwinds. The Tailwind as well. I should still be faster. Thank you, Scarf. Damn good damage. Talonflame does survive. Good. Talonflame should also be faster than Staraptor. I think I Thunderbolt here and Acrobatics to Whim. They're probably gonna Encore. I'll take that risk. Okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Do they protect? Of course they do. How much damage is this doing? More than half. think you survive another one on Fort. Thunderbolt still knocks out Staraptor. And nothing appreciates switching into it. I don't exactly have them pinned, but I'm in a pretty comfortable spot. This actually helps me, by the way. Drops you just below half, and I already know that I do just over half. I guess they really want to take care of the bird. Are they going to roost? No, they just close combat. Well, the defenses are quite up now. I think I have Tailwind for 2 more turns, is that right? Or is it 1? 1 turn. They're probably going to protect. Yeah, I'm just going to go into Staraptor. Guess they go into Whim. I think I... Actually, this being my last turn on Tailwind makes this a little bit difficult. They're probably going to protect Staraptor to stall that out. So I feel like I want to double up the Whimsicott. I'll do a Wingbeat. They do, okay, good. They're gonna set up Tailwind? They don't. I'm surprised. That actually would have been a very good turn for them to set up Tailwind. On my last turn, they're protected from the damage. They get the Tailwind up. They outspeed me for the next 3 turns. That actually... Oh, they already had Tailwind up. I don't remember them setting up Tailwind. I just remember them going for Charm and Encore. Okay. Did they forget too? Is that why they protected? What was that about? I think I just always Thunderbolt here. And then just start spamming close combats onto Milo. Staraptor goes down. It does 50. Thank you. I don't appreciate you taking away my scarf, but I do appreciate the speed boost on my Staraptor. I don't think I needed it though. Lefties. And the forfeits. Defeated Chisco. All I can say is that I'm glad it's not a Swampert. That's all I have to say. Yeah, win 10 battles using Gholdengo. I think that gives me the Gholdengo Admirer badge, title, whatever it is. I have no idea how many battles I've already done, but I'll do one more. Another Staraptor. Interesting team. I do see the parting shot potential. They don't have anything that's priority with trying to boost stats though. Am I just better off going for Staraptor Grimmsnarl myself? This is actually just the perfect game for Raichu. I think I can just sweep here. Like everything I can't touch super effectively with Raichu, I can touch super effectively with Gholdengo, so I think I'm actually in a pretty decent spot here. King Gambit for a bit of cleanup, I guess. Talonflame, because I probably need some speed control. After Raichu inevitably just goes down to a single hit. I can paralyze a single thing if it lives. That's only one thing. Ultra Trainer. Dressed all in white, kind of snazzy. Staraptor Incineroar. I'm guessing a parting shot turn 1. Double Intimidate. I am okay with that. I think I'm just gonna... Actually, I'll protect turn 1. I'll just... Thunderbolt the Staraptor. Protect just in case they want to fake out and then close combat into my Raichu, because that would just knock me out and give him defense boost for no reason. I'm not going for like a power gem or anything into Incineroar, because honestly I don't know why I'm not. Honestly, I know I can do a lot of damage with with a Thunderbolt into Staraptor, so I just want that damage now. Let's see, go for close combat. Okay, well that works. And I still outspeed your entire side of the field, so I can just go for a Focus Blast into you and Thunderbolt into Staraptor. That's fine. Does Instant have Chopple? Does not. I think you just die here. You're tanky as hell. Okay. Into whom? That's actually fine though. Well, I mean, I guess it's extra fine. Don't even want to see what I have in the back, man. Win 100 battles using flying types. Well, that... Another good reason to have, I guess, a Talonflame and a Staraptor on my team. Well, it feels kind of weird to end it on that, but I'm actually out of time for today. I do have to go to work. So let's just get into the rental code screen, I guess, and talk about the team, I suppose. Let's go. All right, here is the Replica ID and the team, of course. And if anybody wants to see stats, we'll pause the video because I'm going back to the other screen. So yeah, like I said, I don't really know how I feel about this team. Like it's got decent synergy with itself. Mostly because, well, when you have Contrary and you have a bunch of moves that can just lower the target's stats, you're going to have synergy just naturally, obviously. But I think, like, the way the typings are for these Pokemon, they actually... I feel like I can swap into the other Pokemon without having to worry about like how much damage I'm actually going to be taking. Again, I still have problems with ground types in general, so that is a problem. But I mean, if I'm bringing a Staraptor or Talonflame that is immune to ground type damage, I have a swap there, for example. Being able to have Lightning Rod on Raichu is actually pretty decent as well. I can still bring Raichu and not have to actually Mega Evolve it. That's a very decent niche pick to have. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Raichu is a world champion after all. It's not terrible. I just don't like the Pokemon. I think it's a little overhyped personally. But also, I think a lot of people are also expecting like Life Orb or leftovers on Gholdengo, like nasty plot sets, especially with the nerf to Make It Rain, where it drops your special attack by 2. I think a lot of people are, I haven't even looked at Picolytics yet. I'm sure that the percentage for Nasty Plot on Gholdengo is in the 90s. So having a Choice Scarf, I think, on Gholdengo is a very nice element of surprise, I guess you could say. Even though you are effectively choice locking yourself into a move like Make It Rain, which with that nerf is a lot more brutal than it was back in the Scarlet and Violet days. But it still deals a lot of damage with a modest Gholdengo. And like I said, with Acrobatics, I don't know what item really to give Talonflame. I've considered Chardy Berry. I've considered, what's the other one, Berry. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really think that's going to be as useful as just having Acrobatics and getting at least one super strong attack. I use that term very loosely because it has no real investment in its attack, as you can see. Funnily enough, I actually thought that I put 2 into the attack, but I guess I didn't. So there's literally no investment in the attack. But I mean, considering the other flying type moves in the game, the only flying type move that really deals any damage besides Acrobatics is Brave Bird, and I don't want to be dealing damage to myself. But I have rambled forever about this team, and I think this video has gone on plenty long enough, personally. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like or a dislike. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Don't get me wrong, I'm not great at building Pokemon teams. I play the game to have fun. And considering the way I'm treated by RNG, if I'm able to have fun with the team, hopefully at least one other person has fun. So if you do, drop a like. If you don't have fun, drop a dislike. Let me know. I do legitimately want to know. If you want to catch more of these, hit the subscribe button. Get notified of these videos. I try to post these fairly regularly. Work takes up a lot of time, so I don't really have a lot of time to just sit down and play the game, earn VP, and build a bunch of teams. But I do play a lot whenever I can. Also got a new series starting pretty soon. So if you get subscribed, you can get notified for those. But yeah, that's the team, and that's it for me. Take care.